name's Christine of Twinkle Plans for Day. Today I'm going to be decorating my monthly December pages. So I'm going to take them out. I've already covered where it says December with sticky paper so I can work with a blank slate like I always do. So instead of using stickers today, what I've decided to try is stamping. I ordered some stamp sets from A Cherry on Top, and I think they would look cute in a planner. So I have these. I think I'm going to be using these holly leaves and these other foliage, or maybe not the flower, but we'll see. I have my stamps. I have this Wishing You a Merry Christmas as well. So this one is from what's it called? Janine's Art, also from A Cherry on Top. This is My Favorite Things, and I love the font of that. I'm not sure I'll use it, but if I do, I'll go down here. And then I have the Hey Santa from Crate Paper. Love this collection. So I got the stamps too. I don't know if I'm going to use these. I do like this thing on top. We'll see. Anyway, I gathered a black ink pad. I have 4 different colors, stamp colors. They all came together in a pack at Joann's. They're 4 like this. They're Memento. And I had this one. It's a cheap one from Michael's called Craft Smart. So I'm just gathering all the different shades of green for this. And if I want any red, I'll do that later. I'm going to get started. When you're stamping, I always like to have some wet wipes with me to clean the stamps in between. And I have an acrylic block like this to put the stamps on because they are clear. And the good thing about clear stamps is that you always know exactly where they're situated when you put them down. So there's no blind spots like a regular stamp. So they're great. All right, so I'm going to get started. So when you're stamping, as a general rule, you're supposed to start with the lightest color and then go darker after that. So that's what I'm going to try. I'd like to put some foliage on the sides and on the sides here. And go just like I'm working with florals, but instead with stamps. I'm going to try this one at first. Oh, sorry about all the crinkling. All right, so I'm just going to get right to work. I think this is the lightest one. And I'm going to ink my stamp and get to it. Okay, here's where I speed up the camera because I'm just doing the same image all around the corner. And it's not going to look very interesting right away because, of course, it's the same color and you're stamping the same thing. And from far away, I'm noticing now it looks very blurry. In real life, it really does look so much better. It looks really good in real life, but on camera, it just does not come across at all. It just looks like smudges right here. But I'm supposing at this point that with the other layers of darker inks that I'm going to use, that you'll see the leaves a little bit better because right now it looks really fuzzy. But I'm also trying very hard not to stamp on the plastic part where it says December because that tab doesn't hold the ink. So I'm trying to protect it and not get ink all over my fingers. Another thing that when you're stamping, you really always have to look at your fingers to make sure there's no... Here I'm using a little bit darker color, but you still don't see that much of a difference. But I'm still continuing to do it. You really have to be careful not to get any on your fingers because it's very easy to get your workspace dirty. Because if it's on your fingers, it's going to rub on something and get on your paper and where it's not supposed to be. And it can be very traumatic if you like your planner pages. So I'm doing that corner and I'm going to do the bottom right-hand corner, try to do the same thing. As you can see, I'm trying to hold it up close so you can see better how clear these little leaves are, those little pines, the pine needles, I should say. How clear they are in real life when they're up close, but up far in this camera, it just does not do it justice. But I'm still doing it. Here I am on the bottom. So I'm done with that color, and you'll see when I use a darker color how much better it'll look. So I'm going to start to finish that corner, and now I'm going to do the upper left hand really quick. As you can see the different levels, it's starting to look more real like the side of a tree coming by or some branches. It looks a lot better, but that said, it's still, I don't think I'm salvaging this spread at all. I think it still looks like smudges from far away. Again, up close, it's super pretty. I think this is a good technique to use on Christmas cards, and I think that's what I'm going to do on all the envelopes of my Christmas cards. I'm going to put these stamping on the side to make it look pretty. And it got wet. See, I was using a wet wipe to clean the stamps, and it was touching the planner, and those two spots that you see there are just wet spots. I mean, they dry up. It's not a big deal, but it looks pretty crummy right now still. I'm trying to salvage the spread, but for right now, it's a complete disaster. I'm adding some more over here of this darker ink. And I'm using a different, this is a different stamp, one with little hollies with berries at the end. But again, you're just not close enough to see. But I'm liking the different dimension. When I post this on Instagram, I think I'm going to just shoot a really close-up picture of it so you can see the difference. It looks way better in real life, I promise you guys. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to use this Wishing You a Merry Christmas stamp. I have this Holly Jolly stamp and this Wishing You a Merry Christmas stamp that I think would look cute on the spread. Now, I'm not doing anything around Christmas time, so it's okay that I stamp over it. I'm not too worried about that. But I do love this font. And I love stamps. You can just use them over and over again. I can use them to make 100 cards, and it would still turn out perfect every time. And these stamps, this particular stamp is really good quality. I had no problem stamping. There were no holes, no messy smudges. Everything was crisp and clear. Super impressed with a cherry on top. That's a really good scrapbooking website if you want to check it out. So I'm thinking that looks really good, and I'm going to use the Holly Jolly stamp from Crate Paper, and I'm going to put that on the upper left-hand side. And then I'm thinking about perhaps using some stickers in the spread. I wasn't planning to, but I think I will now. Because something needs to be, I don't know, something needs to, it's a little washed out. And I don't want it to be washed out. Okay, so after that, I'm thinking of using my sticker books, and I take 3 of my books out. I'm using the 2 winter ones. I think the colors are a little bit more muted than the original Christmas books, which are very bright in your face and lively, which is great. I'll do a spread with those. But these are a little bit, the winter ones are a little more toned down, and they're a lot, I love these ornaments. Aren't they gorgeous? I got to do another spread with those. So I'm going to put some boxes around of different dates that I know that are coming up. I've got a fundraiser at my school. I have Zoom meetings, I have parent-teacher conferences, lots of things coming up, just dates that I want to remember, and it comes by so quickly. Those days just creep up on you. Plus, I'm doing another Michael's class on the 22nd, which I totally forgot to, which I'm just remembering now, and I forgot to denote it in my planner, which I have to do now. As soon as I finish recording this, that's what I'm going to change in my planner. I forgot to put that in the 22nd. I'm doing a budgeting class with Michael's. But I'll update you with that on that as we get closer. So I'm taking this December stamp, which I know the color is a little bit, I mean, I like the way that the green and that darker burgundy go together, but now that I added that, I have to add some more burgundy. So I'll be taking some burgundy boxes out, maybe putting some poinsettias somewhere. But for now, just putting around boxes on those dates that I need to reserve. That day is our fundraiser at school. Then I have a little get-together, socially distanced. Another Zoom meeting. You know the drill. I'm just going to go through this book. It's so pretty. I'm going to the next one, see if there's anything else I can find to brighten up this spread, to fill it up. I'm just playing around with different elements to see if anything fits. That's really cute. I could have kept that, but I decided against it. I thought I'd come back to it, and it never did. I know that December is really busy for all of us, but I'm hoping that I can slow down a little bit and enjoy the season. So now I'm denoting with these little banner stickers our parent-teacher conferences. At least I'll have some time off that afternoon to get creative. I want to make a December daily. I want to do lots of crafty things. But now as I'm looking at my calendar, it's going to be harder than I think to do all of it, to do everything that I want in December before Christmas. But at least I'm doing this monthly spread. It's always nice, everybody, to save some time on Sundays, no matter how busy you are, to plan. Just makes the whole week go a little more smoother, makes the week go smoother. And here, I love these boxes. They're the perfect size for things. So I have a get-together on the 11th, so I'm going to put that down. Little planner meetup at my house, just 3 of us. Put down a couple of other boxes, and I think this spread is going to be done soon. Looking for maybe some poinsettias. Okay, I'm going to look at this last book to see if I can find any of those poinsettias that I was hoping to use. Here, I'm going to try out this little one. That looks great there, so I'm going to add another on the other side of that. And again, I'm really not worried about covering anything that I need to, any days that I'm covering. For me, there's still plenty of space to write anything, to put a sticker over something, or I still have my weekly pages, my weekly layouts, where I put more detailed information anyway. This is just an overview, so I don't have to put every little thing on it. So I'm using this washi to denote the Christmas break, which I'm so in need of right now. Even though we're in Thanksgiving break now, I'm already feeling that I need a Christmas break. Anyone else? So I think that's my spread. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can catch me on Instagram at TwinklePlansAreday. Thanks so much for watching.